And one of the top activities of last year was roller skating because you could do it indoors, outdoors, with people, by yourself, and it looks pretty darn good on video. So if you're watching this, you probably are thinking of getting your own skates as well. So I'm going to share you my journey to roller skating. Hi, I'm Dee and I'm the CEO of Too Many Hobbies. Now this video is the first part of my two-part video where I learn how to skate in 20 hours. If the second video comes out, it should be on your screen right now, so go check that out too. At the start of 2020, we as a society started doing things collectively despite being in isolation. This is the time when we were all making bread, we were making whipped coffee, and we were all downloading TikTok. And one of the top trending activities last year was roller skating because you could do it indoors, outdoors, with people, and by yourself. In this video, I'll walk you through the preparation and the research I did before starting roller skating. And if ever you need to go back to any of the topics, I've put down the timestamps for you below so you can find them easily. One of my fears before starting roller skating is my physique. Now, I am someone in their late 20s. I am short and I am pretty heavy. And I am also not physically active at all.
Are you a ghost?
Like, I haven't had a lick of exercise before I started roller skating. Roller skating is not a hobby that is expensive. It neither is cheap. So I am just adding into my profile that I have a middle-class income. While I feel like I'm roasting myself right now, I think it sends a message that most physically able adults can roller skate. And as of filming, I've already logged in 10 hours of roller skating. So for resources, I follow a 3-2-1 rule in researching. Now, here are 3 YouTubers that I follow and watch. So the first one is Dirty Deborah from the Dirty School of Skate. If someone has learned roller skating in the recent years, they've probably heard of Dirty Deb. Now, Dirty Deb is a great teacher. She's been skating almost her entire life. She really has a great mode of instruction. She's also fun. And it's just a joy watching her. Now, Dirty Deb skates mostly indoors, so I'd hardly ever see her do outdoor skating. So the next one is Rebel of Queer Girl Straight Skates. Now, she's very fun and entertaining, but what I like about her videos is that they're edited in a way that you can see the minute movements. I think I learned better from the shots that she takes, so I can see how she maneuvers a technique. She also skates mostly outdoors, which is something that I do, and if she were shorter, we'd probably have the same body type, so it kind of helps me seeing someone with a similar body type skating. And lastly, I recommend checking out the Moxi skate team at Moxi Skates. Now, while this channel is a brand channel, I think they've done a very good job with creating informative videos on YouTube, and they also feature very diverse group of skaters, which I think you can relate with. So for the reading part, I've linked down 2 articles below. One is the basics of roller skating and the other one is on how to find your beginner pair of skates. But if you have book suggestions, feel free to comment them down below so that others may see. So the last one is finding a community or a mentor. Now, I'm lucky enough to find a community that's pretty close to home, that's active, and also drama-free. So the group that I've joined is Everywhere We Skate PH, so it's specific to my country, and while it's countrywide, I think there is a healthy community of skaters within my specific area. Now, if you can join a group closer to home, that is preferred, because you'll find out sooner or later that you will share the same struggles, like where do I find skates, where do I find my supplies,
motherfucker,
where can I even skate. It's very important to understand those kinds of things, and again, skating can be a group sport or a group activity, and it's fun. So I encourage you to find a group closer to home. Finally, we are at the part of equipment. I am very excited for this topic because equipment stressed the frick out of me. Like, I didn't know what to get. So here it is, just a quick rundown. Don't overcomplicate things, just let's go through this fast, easy, dirty. When picking out a pair of skates, I think it's important that you figure out what are your goals for skating first. Now, I was someone who was already decided that, hey, I'm gonna use my skates just for casual skating. I would probably skate down the streets. And yeah, that was about it. Because other skaters might have the goal of, hey, I want to dance in my skates. Like, hey, I want to do park tricks. Before you even do your research on what skates to buy, I think it's important that you figure out your skating goals first. Because your skating goals will determine the type of skate that you should buy. So as for myself, I didn't have any specific skating goals other than I would be riding it outdoors. I wanted to ride it around concrete roads, and that was about it. To enumerate the types of skating, you have street skating, vert roller skating, park skating, dance skating, rink skating, jam skating, artistic skating, and roller derby. So as for myself, I plan to do street skating. And other than that, it's going to be freestyle. So all I needed was a pair of skates that I could take outdoors. Now, if you don't have a specific skate style yet or skating goal, that's okay. Just go with the basics. One important part of choosing your skates are the wheels and your toe stops. Now, first up, the wheels.
Check these out.
Now, there's something called a durometer, which measures the hardness of a wheel. The good rule of thumb here is the harder the wheel is, the better it is for indoors. Now, the softer the wheel is, the better it is for outdoors. You also have to understand that the surface affects how your wheel interacts wherever you're skating on. I will link down the types of wheels below. So the second thing is toe stops. Now, I learned this firsthand because I already purchased my skates and I found out that they have fixed toe stops. Now, if you are learning, this can be a challenge because a toe stop helps you put on your brakes. They're essentially your brake pads.
Step on the brakes.
So when I got my skates, my toe stops were extremely high. And I couldn't brake for dear life, and I just didn't know how to do it. It took me a while before I learned how to brake. However, when you get the hang of things, it just gets better, you know, because in other skating disciplines, they even remove the toe stops. So it's just a matter of getting there or learning how to skate with a higher toe stops, or it really depends on what you need. The important thing to remember here is that whether you buy fixed or adjustable toe stops, is you find skates or you buy skates that have standard toe stops, because there are off-brand roller skates out there that do not have the standard toe stops. So the skates that I got are from the brand Kaya. They're in Melrose Lavender from the Rollerskateshop.com. They ship from the UK and mine cost roughly $100 US. But the shipping to my country is $40 US. So that's something you'd have to consider because they didn't have it in my size locally, so I had to order it out. And I think it took shipping about less than a week. So that's good. I had no issues. Everything went well. While I'm super in love with my Kayas, I can't say the same thing about the $40 shipping fee. That can't be me, sis. I don't like it.
No! God, please, no!
So the next equipment you'll need is the T-tool. Or there's also another version called the Y tool, but its basic use is to loosen and tighten the bolts. Okay, so just to give you an example, when you first get your skates, you will need to loosen some of the wheels because some of them might not roll properly. So this is why you need this tool, and also loosening these trucks. So you need it here and you need to screw it here. Okay, so again, helpful guides in the description below. Now we're moving on to safety gear. So the most important thing you should get is the helmet.
A few moments later.
Now I know when you watch the videos of those pretty people skating, enjoying the time of their lives, they don't wear this. They don't wear a helmet. They're all looking pretty and cute. That is not you. You are learning. You should get one. And you should wear it all the time. And even experts who are learning new tricks, they should wear this, okay? And of course, the rest of the safety gear, you'll have your knee guards, your elbow guards, and your ankle guards. Now, the last equipment I have is a skate leash. Here you go. So a skate leash is used for transporting or carrying your skates around. You can also use a bag, but A skate leash is easier and it's less bulkier because these are bulky enough as it is. Now I have a guide to make your own DIY skate leash, and it's here. I'll just link it somewhere here. Now, there are different price ranges for the types of skates available, and it depends on, again, what you're using them for. But as a beginner, I suggest that you don't go below $100 because one, you need to find a good pair of skates that's trusted, proven, won't break on you. And number two, I think it has something to do with comfort because number one, I chose my Kayas because I felt that they were the best option for comfort. And people were saying they were soft, they're fluffy, they feel so good on the feet.
You're into feet.
I like feet, yes, I do.
That sounds weird, but yeah. I picked them because everyone said that they were comfortable and that they had very thick lining. So I picked them, I wore them, and you know what? They are amazing. Like, if I didn't skate anymore or if I plan to stop skating, I would wear the boot without the wheels because that's how comfortable they are. Now, having that comfort early on in my learning, I think it just made it easier for me to learn because it wasn't a barrier. So if they were uncomfortable, I might have just like, hey, screw it, I don't want to do this. Like, hey, I don't want to practice today because they were uncomfortable. But they're not. So that's a win for my Kayas. Now I understand if you might have a tight budget, but there are skates that come for about $50 or even less. If you are in Southeast Asia, you can find them on Shopee. They might be there. But I recommend against it because there have been mixed reviews about it. So people say that they're useless after a month, they break down. They do not have the standard parts. So if you can spare it, like save up a little, just wait a little bit more, save up for the $100 skates rather than going for the cheaper skates. And the cheaper skates, by the way, if you will be skating outdoors, you might have to replace the wheels. So it just defeats the purpose, right? But I will link them down below in case you need them because I'm not gonna stop you from skating, okay? So pick a skate within the $100, $150 range and you'll be fine. Time for an equipment recap. For the bare minimum skating kit, you can get a pair of skates for $50, but I recommend that you start looking for a pair of skates worth $80 up to $100. You will also need your T-tool or Y-tool and a helmet. For the ideal roller skating starter kit, go ahead and grab the same equipment from before, but make sure that your roller skates are at least $100, just because the ones that are of good quality start at that price point. And grab some full protective gear for your knees, your elbows, and your wrists so that you're protected. Roller skating is a pretty safe hobby. There haven't been any fatalities since '99. Yes, I checked. The common injuries associated with roller skating are the result of falling usually. So it involves your wrist, elbows, the knees, some fractures, and if you are a falling risk or if you are pregnant, best stay away from roller skating, but otherwise you're good to go as long as you wear your helmet and your protective gear. Is roller skating for you? If you enjoy similar sports such as skateboarding, wakeboarding, ice skating, skiing, it might be something that you would enjoy. And even as someone who isn't in the best shape, I really enjoy learning roller skating. I hope this video has given you the tools you need to learn how to roller skate. Now, I'm gonna link the video where I learned how to roller skate in just 20 hours. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe so we can explore more new hobbies together. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye!